So one time, I was going through the Taco Bell drive-thru late at night because I wanted some spicy potato soft tacos because they're $1. Did you know they're $1? They're $1. But anyways, so I was going through the drive-thru, and then when I got to pay, the lady was like, "Hey, the person in front of you has paid for your meal." I was like, "Wow, that's really cool. Thank you." But I was a little flustered because there was a car behind me, and normally I would have been like, "Oh, well, I'll pay for the people behind me." But I didn't do that because of flustered. And so I was like, kind of feeling bad afterwards. So I was like, I'll just pull back around and I'll wait in the drive-thru, and then when another car's coming, I'll kind of pull in, and then I'll get another $1 spicy potato soft taco because you can never have enough. But I waited for like 15 minutes and nobody was coming through the drive-thru, and I was like, what is this? But then I was like, you know what, there's a Hardee's by my house. I'll go to the Hardee's. Maybe somebody will be going through there because it's downtown, it's fine. Hardee's was closed. So I drove 10 minutes to Hardee's. Hardee's was closed. But then I was like, okay, this has been like a half-hour ordeal. I'm not just going to give up. So I went back to Taco Bell, and I was like, here we go. People will be coming through. So I waited there for a long time. Still nobody. So I was like, McDonald's always has people going through it, even though it's 11 o'clock at night. So I went to McDonald's. I waited there for another 5 minutes. Still nobody was coming. But then, shining light in the tunnel, I saw a truck coming. So I was like, okay, cool. Hit it in reverse, backed up, went to the drive-thru. I got like something, I don't know. It's not as memorable as the spicy potato soft tacos. They're $1. So I waited there. I bought that one thing. Then I waited there, and I came to the front, and I was like, hey, I'd like to pay for the person behind me. And the dude was like, man, that's so nice. Nobody ever does that anymore. And we talked for like 5 minutes about how nobody does that anymore and how it's so great, because he loves seeing that. But we talked for 5 minutes, and I was like, man, it's taken a long time for this order to get in. He's like, it'll just be another minute. They're just deciding. I was like, okay, cool. And so I waited another couple minutes, and then he's like, okay, the order came through. Then he kind of turned at me, and he goes, are you sure? And I was like, well, yeah, because I wasn't going to be like, no, never mind. We just talked for 5 minutes about how it meant so much to you, and it was cool for you to experience, and I'm not going to do it. So I was like, yes. And he said, okay, that'll be $57. And I said, here you go, here's my card. So in that, I probably wasted about a half tank of gas and then spent $57 just to appease my need to continue to, make myself feel better for getting to pay for the person behind me at the beginning. But you probably have never experienced something exactly like that, because I don't think there's another human being as dumb as me on earth. But I'm sure that in times you've experienced the need to just to feel like you're working, like you're doing more and more and more. Especially during Christmas time, there's always that instinct or that desire that you feel like you just have to do more. You have to cook that one more thing. You have to buy that one more present, or just do so much more. But the awesome thing about Christmas is that the work's been done, and that's what we're celebrating. And so in Romans chapter 3, verse 26, it said, God presented him, Christ, to demonstrate his righteousness at the present time, so that he would be righteous and declare righteous the one who has faith in Jesus. So the awesome message of Christmas is that we don't have to work. We don't have to do more. Christmas can really genuinely be a time of rest for us. Not resting in the sense of just getting away from the world, but resting in the fact that Christ has done the work, and that we can't do enough to present ourselves as righteous or good enough. But thankfully, Jesus did. And so this Christmas, during this season, spend time with your family. Spend time with the Lord, thinking and finding ways that you can truly rest in the work that He's already done. Merry Christmas.